Let me show you something in Isaiah chapter 47. Read 13 and 15. Or 13 to 15. Yes.
Thou art weary in the multitude of thy counsels. Let now the astrologers, the stargazers, the monthly prognosticators stand up and save thee from these things that shall come upon thee. Behold, they shall be as stubble, the fire shall burn them. They shall not be delivered by themselves from the power of the flame. There shall not be a coal to warm at, nor fire to sit before it.
Here, let me read it from this version. Let me read it from this version. It says, you are worried with your many counsels. Let now the astrologers, those who prophesy by the stars, I've told you it lingers around the prophets. The enemy knows only the prophetic ministry is good enough to manipulate time. So what does he do? He raises up prophets in his order. But because they don't have the Holy Spirit, they need to use other mediums to prophesy. So what do they prophesy? They prophesy by the stars. See how dangerous astrologers are. Jesus is born. Astrologers know about him. They look at his star and prophesy. Listen, forget that they came to worship him. They were not Christians. They were not even believers. They came to worship him because upon all the stars they have studied, this one defiles them. So they come to render their worship. Also, it is prophetic to show Jesus is bigger than them. But who are these astrologers? Men who prophesy by the stars. Do you know there are programs, even on TV, which they can tell you how your day will look like, depending on your star? When they say you are Capricorn, you are Pisces, you are Leo, all those things. Why did they call you Capricorn? They understand the behaviors and the systems around a particular people born within a certain time because they are attributed to a particular star. Now what you don't get is, when the enemy fell, Satan, what did he fall with? One tell what? Does the Bible depict them as angels? He calls them stars. Because there is more to stars than those things that shine. So when they attribute you to Leo, a star, what star have they attributed you to? You don't know. That is why they can tell you your day will be filled with anger. People will talk against you. If you retaliate, you will be mad. And it happens exactly as they said. That is why you can go to a native doctor, and the native doctor is going to tell you, if you do this, do this, do this, you will get the job. You go and do it, you get the job. He is a prophet. But by what means does he prophesy? He prophesies by the stars. He prophesies by other mysteries which I'm not here to share today. Why am I sharing that? I'm sharing that to tell you, if the enemy can manipulate your day, he can manipulate your time. I was sharing with you guys in church on Sunday. I traveled one time with a little girl, and her mother. The girl was fine. We got to our destination, and because the child was very, very lovely, I decided to walk with them home. We went to their home. I saw where they lived, and then I went to my home. I love little children. So 2 days later, I decided to visit this child. The child just came to my mind, and I decided to visit the child. And I met the mother devastated and crying. What happened to your daughter? my daughter died. This is 2 days after I visited, after we arrived town. The child was fine. How did she die? Nobody knows how. But the only thing they know is there was an old man in that house. Not very old though, but he was very sick. Immediately that child came home, he sent the child, go get me water. And he began to play with the child like he loves the child. When the child brought the water, the man drank. What the man was sick of came on the child, and the life of the child came on the man. The child died. 1 day later, the man became fine. When they shared the story with me, by then I did not understand. I thought it was coincidence. Till the second time. Remember the second thing I told you guys about Stephanie? Same thing with another child. This particular day I went to pray for a home, and then God showed me a dark cloud snatching this girl. And I told the mother. The mother took it light. I was just saying, thank God, thank God, thank God. One of her brothers, who also was sick, began to send this Stephanie. Stephanie went and brought, I don't know what the child brought, gave the man. As he consumed it, what he was sick of came on Stephanie. I was on my way back when they called me. Stephanie is convulsing. Man of God, what you said is happening. I said, I didn't say it that it should happen. I brought an awareness that it should be prevented from happening. And then I lifted up my voice. As I began to pray, my eyes opened. I saw in the realms of the spirit a market where this man was selling this girl. That out of the time she had on earth, he might take some for himself. And I began to pray and close the deal. As I was closing the deal, the demon who was selling Stephanie's time to the man began to retreat. So the sickness he came to trade for life started coming back to him. As Stephanie was jerking back to life, the man was dying. So the uncle who had been fine and was roaming the village suddenly began to get the same symptoms of the sickness he had, this time even more. Because a failed deal with the devil is death. And they came. Oh, man of God, Stephanie is breathing now. Stephanie is coming back to life. While he was coming back to life, news came. Uncle, this man is falling. He's shaking and dying. The mother caught in between two people, her daughter and her brother. Should she rejoice the life of her daughter or lament for the death of her brother? I told her, cry not. The trader of your destiny, of your daughter's life, has been caught by the FBI of heaven. What was the man trying to do? Black market of time. He understood the mysteries by which he can pause the life of Stephanie and benefit from it. Whenever a major thing wants to happen in a nation, a sacrifice must happen. You will soon hear accidents, unjust accidents. You know, it's so beautiful to put speed limits on the road, but it's even more beautiful to put spiritual checkpoints on the road. You want to hear that this and that wants to happen. A careless accident. People will be chopped in pieces. Why? The blood of man which contains his life can either be used for empowerment, for riches, or for time. What do occultists do? I wish some of you could understand this, because I'm preaching here. Some people are actually there whom they are about trading their lives. Listen, an occultist just needs to come, takes a child. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever heard that an old man of 103 dies of sacrifice? Huh? What are they sacrificing him for? Even the God of the occultic altar will not accept him. You know why? He has no essence left in him. When you see a nation where the youths are wasted, there is something in the higher place which is sucking their essence, manipulating their time to trade for either power. You don't understand why, but a civil war will be lasting for ages out of the ego of two men. What is happening? Time. God opened my eyes one day in a vision. I was translated to the outer space. I saw men in black doing business. Some will come in and buy, some will sell. And I began to ask God, what are they selling? He says they are trading time. They are trading time. In that vision, I will see some people walk so old and so weary and so tired. And they will drink from a small cup and they will become young in skin and blood. I said, what happened? He has sucked the essence of those he has bought from. Untimely death is nothing you should condone with. It's nothing you should tolerate. It's not just about the dying. It's about the threat behind who they killed. It's about the trade. Can you imagine eating money, which is the conversion of somebody's blood? What do you think they call blood money? And you are sitting there and you are the next sacrifice for somebody who is about to get it. Impossible. Impossible. An accident, oh Lord. Oh Lord. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. If you live your life as an experiment, you will be shocked to become a sample in the laboratory of the enemy. If you live your life just testing this and testing that, you'll be shocked. You'll be shocked. You'll see a family, every month somebody vanishes. And one particular person, he decides not to go anywhere.